There's a kind of paralysis that comes from overthinking, a fear of doing the wrong thing, a fear of wasting time. We hesitate. We wait for the perfect moment. But Chapter 3 of the Bhagavad Gita is a wake-up call. Act. Do your duty. Let go of the results. Krishna opens this chapter reminding Arjuna that renunciation is noble, but action performed with detachment is higher. He says, "Not by abstaining from work does a man attain freedom, nor by mere renunciation does he reach perfection." In other words, you don't evolve by withdrawing from life. You evolve by moving through it mindfully. The heart of this chapter is a powerful message, karma yoga, the yoga of action. Krishna urges us to do the work we were meant to do, not for reward, not out of fear, but because it's our sacred offering. He tells Arjuna, "You have a right to perform your prescribed duties, but you are not entitled to the fruits of your actions." This one quote alone can reshape your relationship with success and failure. The outcome isn't yours to control. The process is. But what does duty really mean? It means aligning with your nature, living with integrity. Krishna clarifies that every being must act according to their inherent qualities. Even a wise man acts according to his nature, for all living beings follow their nature. What will repression accomplish? You can't fight who you are, but you can purify your actions, and you can perform your work in service of something higher. Krishna isn't preaching passivity. He's urging responsibility. Arjuna is a warrior. His hesitation to fight is actually avoidance of his dharma, his sacred role. Krishna says, "Better to fail in one's own duty than to succeed in the duty of another." That hits hard, because many of us try to imitate others. We compare, copy, or chase what looks good from the outside. But real peace lies in owning your path, even when it's imperfect, even when it's difficult. Then comes one of the most compassionate lines in the Gita. Krishna says, "No one can remain inactive even for a moment. Everyone is driven to action by the qualities born of nature. You're always acting. Even your stillness is a choice. So the question isn't whether you should act, it's how you act. With greed or with surrender, with ego or with love." And here's where Krishna brings in the true essence of karma yoga. He who performs his duty without attachment, surrendering the results to the Supreme, is not affected by sinful action, just as a lotus leaf is untouched by water. This is liberation through action. You work, you sweat, you create, but you don't grasp, you don't cling. You offer the results to something greater. A modern mind may wonder, if I don't care about results, won't I lose ambition? But Krishna flips that fear. He says, let your motive be in the action itself, not in the result. That's not detachment, it's freedom. True action is born from clarity, not craving. And ironically, that's what makes it powerful, focused, pure, unwavering. This chapter also emphasizes the cycle of interdependence. Krishna says, all beings are nourished by food. Food is produced from rain. Rain arises from sacrifice, and sacrifice is born of action. Your work affects the world. It's not isolated. Even the smallest task, when done in alignment, becomes part of a divine chain. That's why your duty is sacred. You're not just serving yourself, you're sustaining life. Then comes a radical call-out. Krishna warns, he who does not follow the wheel of creation set in motion, but instead lives in sin, lives in vain. Harsh, but awakening. If you hoard instead of contribute, if you stagnate instead of serve, you disconnect from the sacred rhythm of existence. Life moves. So should you. But don't mistake action for blind hustle. Krishna honors the power of still, intentional work. He says, the one who is content with whatever comes by chance, who has passed beyond dualities, who is free from envy, and who is steady in both success and failure, is not bound by karma. This is the warrior sage. Calm in motion, detached in action, engaged but free. And the final jewel from this chapter? Krishna urges us to become an example for others, not through speeches, but through action. Whatever a great man does, others will follow. The standards he sets will be emulated by the world. Your dharma isn't just your path, it's your legacy. The way you work inspires others to rise or to shrink. Lead with purpose. Chapter 3 of the Gita doesn't ask us to renounce the world. It asks us to renounce attachment to the world, to act with devotion, to live with integrity, and to understand that every moment of action is a moment of worship, if offered with the right spirit. Let your hands move. Let your heart be still. Let your life become your prayer.